Bitcoin has broken out above the September peak, putting us in a macro higher high. This is perhaps one of the most important bullish pivots in this entire market cycle, and in my opinion, this breakout gives Bitcoin a 75 to 80% chance of hitting a new all-time high. And that's just from the technical side of the charts. If we're talking about fundamentals and the global environment, it's even more likely than that Bitcoin is going to be hitting new all-time highs very soon. So we're going to be diving into the charts and picking that apart. And also, I want to talk about my prediction from June of this year when Bitcoin was sitting at the basement in the bottom of that bearish run near the 30K level. I made a prediction that Bitcoin was going to play out the 3 peaks in a domed house chart pattern. And if you're taking a look at my prediction and what Bitcoin's doing now, well, it seems like it is playing out. All of this and more in today's video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be discussing the epic vertical price pump that Bitcoin is experiencing right now. Before we get started, definitely smash up that like button, subscribe to this channel if you're new, hit that notification bell so that you're always notified. So first things first, let's actually jump to the weekly chart, because one of the most bullish signals for me personally has actually just showed up today, and that is the weekly parabolic stop and reverse indicator has just flipped back to the bullish side. If you're looking at the parabolic stop and reverse indicator on the weekly chart using Cryptowatch and their settings, we can see that this has been one of the most reliable indicators of the entire bull run. In April, during the pandemic, we got the bullish flip, and it stayed bullish all the way up until where? The exact top, guys. Exactly 65K is when it flipped bearish. And it stayed bearish all the way down until where? Right when we broke out of this bearish zone, right? Or the basement of the 3 peaks in a domed house pattern. So we flipped bullish, and recently we did get a bit of a fake out for the China Bitcoin ban. The China FUD gave this indicator a little bit of a fake out, but nonetheless, guys, good news. We have just confirmed we're back. It's a bullish flip on the parabolic stop and reverse indicator, and in my opinion, this means that we will probably see a multi-month trend. I think that the parabolic stop and reverse indicator is going to be trending up with the price of Bitcoin over the next month or two before the all-time high break. And I do think that the all-time high break could happen as soon as I'm depicting on the chart right now. And I just want to show you guys on the daily chart, of course, as we've been discussing, Bitcoin got this new macro higher high. This is an extremely bullish signal. So when was the last time we saw this type of a moment in a bull cycle? If we go back in time all the way to 2017, a very similar thing took place if we're looking at the 2017 run. Just to give you a quick example, right? This is the 20K peak, 2017. We had a couple parabolic advances, and similar to what's happening to Bitcoin now today is we had this downward sloping resistance area, and then once we got our first macro high, right, a higher high breakout, flipped it as support. It only took about 15 days until Bitcoin broke its previous all-time high and continued the bull run. And right now, Bitcoin is actually doing something very similar. This range does show some similarities where we have this downward sloping resistance line. Like I said in that 2017 chart pattern, after we broke this high, right, in comparison, it only took about 15 days to get to a new all-time high. I think this time it'll be longer. It might take a month or two, but I think within the next month or two, guys, we actually may see an all-time high break. Bitcoin may begin going parabolic faster than people expect, and that's usually how Bitcoin behaves, right? A lot of times you'll see yourself sitting there, thinking that, Bitcoin couldn't possibly go up that fast, or it couldn't possibly go down that fast, and then it does. I think we're going to find ourselves above the all-time high much faster than people expect. So again, maybe a month or two, and I think we'll be breaking out to new all-time highs. And on that first all-time high break, if you go take your fibs from highest high to lowest low, I think we may actually look for a test up to the 1618 at 87,300. That could be the first macro top, right? A local top before the, in the consolidation, then we run again. And that's the first target. I do think we're going to end up going higher than that. Now, for the next segment of this video, let's talk about my prediction from June of 2020, many months ago. At the bottom of the bearish run, when Bitcoin was sitting at 35,000, bouncing off at 30K, when everyone thought the world was about to end, I made this prediction where I said, I think we're going to be playing out a 3 peaks in a domed house chart pattern, which means that from that low point in June, we would test up, get a consolidation below the all-time high, and then get the breakout to test up towards the roof of the pattern. right? I talked about this on Twitter. I talked about it on YouTube as well. We are playing that out, right? If you're looking at the comparison here, I mean, it's pretty close. We are starting to see that consolidation below the all-time high. It's not necessarily perfect, but nonetheless, we're getting that upside price action. And I do think that we may see a slight consolidation here before the all-time high break, as I was just discussing. So seeing Bitcoin form an upward sloping trend line from this point, I think is quite likely. And then I think, again, we're going to be looking for new all-time highs before the end of November, possibly. Now, timing is always hard to predict, but we'll see. I am confident in this market. Since June, things have been playing out really just as we've expected here on this channel. So once again, all I'm looking for at this point is a little bit of resistance coming at the previous all-time high. Remember, we do have a lot of chop at this range in between like 58 to 60K, right? There's a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 resistance points right along 60K. So yeah, a little bit of a struggle to get above it, possibly, most likely, and then a breakout going into the end of November into a new all-time high. So needless to say, I'm extremely bullish on this market, and that's really it. That's all I have for you guys today in this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also sign up for my Patreon if you want to see my public portfolio, what altcoins I'm buying, and I'll see you guys in the next video.